Now to your money. As promised, this morning the Supreme Court ruled that President Trump's sweeping global tariffs are illegal and must end, blowing a huge hole in his signature plan to bring back business to the United States. But $175 billion is about what the U.S. had already collected while those tariffs were in effect. That set off a rush of people looking for potential tariff refunds. And then just a short time ago, the president pledged to keep the tariffs in place using a different legal basis. So we have two reports on this tonight, starting with our chief legal correspondent, Jan Crawford. Jan, good evening.
Tony, I think we can say this is one of the most significant Supreme Court losses for a U.S. president in modern history. I mean, the justices invalidating a key part of President Trump's economic policy agenda. And this afternoon, like you said, he blasted the court and said the fight for tariffs wasn't over.
I'm ashamed of certain members of the court.
An angry President Trump lashed out at the justices, turning his ire on three of the court's conservatives, Neil Gorsuch and Amy Coney Barrett, justices he put on the court, and Chief Justice John Roberts, who wrote the opinion.
They're very unpatriotic and disloyal to our Constitution.
The three joined with the court's three liberal justices to rule that the federal emergency trade law that gives presidents power to regulate imports did not authorize President Trump to impose tariffs. Said the Chief Justice, had Congress intended to convey the distinct and extraordinary power to impose tariffs, it would have done so expressly. The ruling invalidates 10% baseline tariffs on almost all global imports, as well as significantly higher tariffs of up to 50% on goods from countries like Canada, Mexico, and China. Dissenting justices, led by President Trump's third appointee, Justice Brett Kavanaugh, downplayed the ruling's impact, pointing to other, more limited laws which might justify most, if not all, of the tariffs at issue in this case. Within hours, President Trump announced new 10% baseline tariffs under a different trade law.
But we're immediately instituting the 10% provision, which we're allowed to do.
But that law comes with significant constraints, including caps on tariffs and a 5-month time limit that will undermine his ability to use tariffs as a negotiating tool. It's one reason why Victor Schwartz, the New York wine importer at the center of the case who we visited at his warehouse last year, saw the ruling as a victory.
It's like I just stepped on the podium and won a gold medal.
Schwartz said he's paid hundreds of thousands of dollars in tariffs and is worried he could lose his business.
Now, like thousands of other businesses, small and big, Schwartz will be seeking a refund. But the president said this afternoon refunds could take years, if ever.